first on these things. And when he was looking for somebody to go first, I said, sure, because I'd never done this before. And so why not? What do I know? And then afterwards I was thinking, and it reminded me of a time years ago when our kids were really little, and we took them down to Bandelier to watch the bats fly. There used to be a colony of bats. They would spend the summer in Bandelier, and we were down there in the evening, and waiting, and it's getting dark, and we're looking at the cave up in the cliff hole, and nothing's happening, and finally one bat comes out, goes out about 20 feet, turns around, goes back in. Okay, is that it? A few seconds later, bat comes out, maybe the same one, maybe a different one, who knows. Turns around, flies back in. Curiouser and curiouser. Bat flies out again, gets to the turnaround point, and bam. This hawk has been sitting up on the top of the cliff, comes down, snags the bat right out of the air, flies off with dinner, and as soon as that happens, the whole colony of bats comes streaming out of the cave. And I'm thinking, that's what I am. I am that first bat. So, thank you. What I wanted to talk about tonight was something I learned about just recently, an issue that affects a largely overlooked segment of our population, men. Men with saggy balls. I know these men are out there, probably some in this room right now, possibly even me, hiding my condition under my uncomfortably tight briefs. And how do I know these men are out there? Because I read recently about a procedure cosmetic surgeons have developed to address this affliction. A procedure called scrotal tightening. Have you heard of this? Scrotal tightening? It's a little tummy tuck for your ball sack. I'm thinking if a guy's got a problem with his balls protruding at some time when he doesn't want to, like get longer shorts maybe, or some duct tape. But then I'm also thinking about situations where I can say, yeah, I can see that procedure being necessary. Like a guy sitting on a toilet and his saggy balls become soggy balls. or you get out of the shower and you're walking into your bedroom to get dressed and your nuts are knocking against your knees as you go along. So, okay, sure. These guys could use a little tightening maybe. But this article said that guys were doing this for a look, for an aesthetic. Some guy who one day decided his sack was too saggy, went to a surgeon and said, tighten them up, doc, nice and still. Whoa, too tight. And, okay. So I was describing this situation to some friends of mine, and I think you'll appreciate by what I'm about to say that these friends were all women. So I'm describing this to them, and the first thing they wonder is, what kind of stitch does the surgeon use? Like a whip stitch? Or a blind stitch? I know it's around here somewhere. But they went from that to thinking, well, do they really remove the skin, or do they just tuck it up into like a French pleat, or make a little cuff that goes around the scrotum? Or, whoa, wait, if they do remove the skin, could they take that and use it to replace the foreskin on a circumcised penis? So, guys, if any of you are thinking about having somebody stitch a hem in the fabric of your manhood, leave the women out of the discussion, because it will not help. So one thing to recognize is it's hard for a guy to actually get a good view of his balls. I mean, you can stand in front of a mirror and take a look, get some perspective, but generally speaking, your penis is going to be in the way. And if your penis is not blocking the view of your ball sack, then maybe you should think about putting your money into a different procedure. And you can, I guess, squat over a mirror to get a view, or take your phone, get a picture, which can itself be problematic. Because there you are, showing pictures of your vacation to your boss. And up comes this picture of an ill-defined fuzzy blob. Oh, hey, sorry, boss. That's my uncle. Yeah. Been trying to get him to see my barber for years. He's no looker for years. Just an unkept, grumpy old gentleman. So, anyway, it turns out cosmetic surgeons have no idea what an attractive scrotum looks like. So they commissioned a poll They showed a bunch of people 16 pictures of different scroti, various modifications to a standard package. Some elongated, some widened, some taut, some flabby, some adorned with little googly eyes. And guess what? None of them were deemed attractive. One of them got a, yeah, it doesn't suck as bad as the rest. But not a one got a, ooh, that one, that's a beaut. And I know there's some guys out there saying, yeah, but who did the rating? And I don't know. I don't know if it was men, women, bi, gay, straight, declined to state. Does it matter? I mean, I'm sure for some people out there, the scrotum is where it's at, where all the hotness and horniness reside. But for most of us, asked to rate one scrotum versus another, we're just going to go, meh. Because, let's face it, the scrotum will always be just a wrinkly, hairy, vulnerable, easily lampooned sack of some non-significant dimension. Pretty much like a lot of the guys you know.